Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Piece of Schmidt podcast, the podcast where we sit around this table and you don't know what yet we're doing yet because you guys usually ask me what I'm doing for Piece of Schmidt and you didn't, and you're going to have a lot of fun on this one, I think.
Nice.
So to my left, Wes Baumgardner.
I'm scared.
To my right, James Kircher.
I'm still fat.
One chip challenge. Just kidding.
I'm done.
If you like what you see, head on over to Facebook and YouTube. Give us a like. No, not Facebook. It's part of the thing. It's part of the thing. Don't go to Facebook. Fuck Facebook. I watched some of the trial.
Zuckerberg, yeah. It's
pretty interesting stuff, actually, but also very boring. There's also a bad lip reading for that.
Yes.
Which is really funny.
It is funny.
So don't go to Facebook. Go to Twitter. Follow us. Go to YouTube and Instagram and
Snapchat sometimes.
Yeah, not really. Don't know how to work it.
iTunes, Patreon.
iTunes for the audio, and Patreon to support the show. We really appreciate it when you do that, because then we can make more shows. All right, on to the show. First off, how's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good.
You had a vacation.
I did.
Tell me about your vacation.
I just went back to the other side of the state, saw my mom, saw my grandparents, watched Avengers with my best friend.
Nice.
Nice.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what you were talking about.
My best friend on that side of the state.
Okay. All right. James, how are you doing?
Good. Very good. I feel good.
That's
How's
good.
keto?
Keto's good so far. So I decided to do a modified version of keto based on things that I've read, doctor testimonies, things like that. So I'm going to do you know about keto, Wes?
No.
So keto is supposed to be where you go down to very low carbs and very high fat, high protein.
Do you know what Atkins is?
Yes.
It's Atkins.
But better for you, because I know Atkins is terrible for people.
It's Atkins.
Okay.
It's literally Atkins, just resexified.
Okay.
There's a version before Atkins as well called like Dr. Something's.
It was just named
Miracle
after him.
Wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Atkins.
The idea is to switch your body from burning so the part of it that is good is you cut out simple sugars, processed foods, things like that. You're supposed to get the majority of your carbs from like vegetables, like avocados, stuff like that has good carbs, right? So a lot of the processed foods, simple sugars, sodas, you know what I mean, fructose, all that bullshit stuff you cut out. You get your sugar from natural sources, right? So natural sugar, not any of the manufactured shit. That's the idea of it. They're not telling you to go no carbs. There's a fasting portion of it that you can do. Like a lot of people do a 16-hour fast, so they'll fast from like 8 p.m. till like noon the next day. For me, it's not a big deal because you're not supposed to eat after 9 anyway. And then like I don't eat breakfast hardly. So it's really not a huge deal for me. Like yesterday, the last 2 days I've been fine with it. Today I held out till about 11:15 and then I had some bacon. That's about it. But I feel good. When I weighed in on Thursday, I was 304. And today, this morning, I was 301. So I'm almost finally under 300, which I haven't been in years. So far it's good. You're supposed to have like some apple cider vinegar 2 times a day in some water. You just take a shot of it, right? It's just a teaspoon of that. It does something. I didn't read too much about what that does, but it's supposed to do something with the pH balances in your body. It's supposed to be healthy for you. So I did watch a movie called The Magic Pill, which is about keto and the science behind it and all the doctors that back it and all that stuff. So it's pretty interesting. Basically,
Any doctors that don't back it?
Yeah. There's so essentially there's this guy who did a study, and he fudged some numbers. He went to these controlled areas in Europe, and he basically came out with all this stuff that he submitted to the American Heart Association that says high fat and cholesterol and stuff like that is what gives people heart disease. Now that we have all these new technologies and everything, it's an interesting story because there's this doctor that exposed it. He did all of these tests and everything, and he did controlled experiments for 15 years, right? And none of any data that he found supports that is the case. That fats and cholesterol and stuff like that is what clogs your arteries and gives you heart disease. So basically, in the time period that the other guy did all these tests and everything, there's no way to really prove any of that stuff. He just submitted it, and because he had a reputation, they accepted it. So now that's what the American Heart Association is like, yes, fats and blah, 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 whatever. That's what causes everything. Meanwhile, since the beginning of time, people have always been hunters and gatherers. We've been eating meat and fats and stuff for generations, thousands of generations, right? So with that in mind, they started to gather all this data and do these experiments and everything, and they've determined that you have the two sides. The side that says we've been eating meat our whole lives, it's fine, it's not what kills you, blah blah blah. They started their tests on in Australia with these tribes and stuff who were always hunters and gatherers. They fed off the land. They hunted and ate things that were indigenous to that area, right? And then Westerners came in and gave them all of these breads and wheats and grains and all this stuff, and then everybody started getting diabetes. Everybody started having all of these health issues, when before they never had any of that stuff. So that's where it started. That was the origin of the testing, right? And then they branched out to all these other areas and everything. I'm kind of skipping around in the documentary. It's very interesting. It's a long documentary. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours documentary on this stuff. And then you always have two sides, because you have the side that protects what they say, that we've been fed this information our whole life, that we're not supposed to eat fat, and we're not supposed to eat meat, and we're not supposed to eat high cholesterol and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And then
do you mean red meat?
Yeah, red meats, fatty meats, things like that. And then people are all the vegans who are you have the animal rights vegans, and then you have the vegans who believe that you shouldn't eat meat because of all this stuff. You have to eat grains and wheats and all this stuff, right? And then they had this vegan who was talking, and she was like, yes, that's what I believe my whole life. And then I thought about it as what do plants eat? Plants eat shit. Fertilizer from animals, right?
I thought they ate light.
Huh?
I thought they ate light.
Well, they also have fertilizer. You have to. Their main source of food is fertilizer.
Okay.
And then, because if you take animals off of, they took these areas wherever in Australia, and then it's if you take the animals away and you plant crops, you now have to give these crops all these pesticides and insecticides and all this stuff so the crops could thrive, because you're now taking out the normal cycle of everything. Because cows eat grass, they shit, it's a cycle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So the plants grow and everything from that fertilizer. And then you take that away, and then they sampled the soil and everything in those areas, and it was all bad. The soil can't last more than 6 months. And then those areas become dry and desolate if you don't keep feeding it insecticides and all that stuff, the food that it needs. You know what I mean? So there's artificial stuff that goes into feeding the plants and everything and the grass and stuff in those areas. Then the vegan was like, wow, so plants need animals need plants, people need animals, things like that. You disrupt that balance of everything when you try to take one of those factors away. We were born and developed to eat meat. We are carnivores. That's what our bodies are supposed to have. And then when you take all those away, and now you have processed foods and all the sugars and everything, and there's cornfields everywhere that are not just giving you fresh corn out of the ground naturally. They're giving you processed shit all the time. So that's the biggest part of it, is the processed foods and all of the fake sugars and all that stuff out of there. That's what their main thing of cutting it all out is. It should be a natural thing. You should be able to eat natural foods and be fine, natural sugars. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So when you in keto diet, when you do artificial sweeteners, you're supposed to only do stevia, or stevia, whatever it's pronounced, and because that's from real cane sugar. It's not like it doesn't have aspartame or any of that shit in it. You're not supposed to have either. So just because you see sugar-free doesn't mean it's actually good for you. So that's kind of the gist of everything. I haven't done enough research to figure out what the fasting does for it. Some people say that if you have a high carb day, they'll do the fast, and that kind of resets you. You're in keto, you can have anywhere from like 25 to 50 carbs a day. And like good carbs, from like mostly vegetables and things like that. So I've done it so far. I feel a little better. I haven't been tired in the middle of the day the last couple days. I know I'm definitely dropping some water weight, right? Because like inflammation's going down and everything. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I've been doing.
What have you been up to?
I've been developing this Piece of Schmidt episode.
And playing. I said he saw you playing God of War at midnight last night.
Yeah.
I saw you playing.
Everybody's creeping on his PlayStation. Like, what's Aaron playing?
Like last night, I went to.
It's just open.
Yeah.
You're not actually playing.
You were on Minecraft last night too. It said your name playing Minecraft.
I know, because it's open.
Yeah.
It's just open.
So you were playing Minecraft
No.
at some point.
Before I closed it to finish God of War. And then I played for like an hour and finished it and then watched some TV. Mm-hmm. The funny thing I think about keto is the sensationalization of it, like with like celebrities and the people that it's the same thing. It's like a cycle, like keto will die and then it'll come back as something else, right? Like it's everyone knows eating right is good for you. Mm-hmm. It's just like I need a sexy way to eat right. You know what I mean?
Well, what was it, a couple 4 or 5 years ago? It was the paleo diet.
Right.
That's still a thing. People still do paleo all the time.
Well, Atkins is still a thing too. Like it's all the same thing. It's just like eating healthy is getting exercise. And like so the other funny thing I think is like we're supposed to eat meat, we're supposed to do this, we're like this is natural, it's natural. We're going back to the way we need to eat this way, we need to eat that way, we need that way. But the whole concept of it is like our body is built to carbohydrates are energy. Right, that is the body's system of energy, and keto's the name is ketosis or whatever.
Ketosis, yeah.
And it's basically saying like stop using that energy and start using it's energy B. It's developed for people who have seizures to not burn carbohydrates and start burning fat because it helped with the mental state of seizures. And so, like, it's funny how they're like, it's natural, we're doing what we need to do, but we're telling our body to not work the way it's supposed to work and change and start burning it this way. I think that's funny.
Yeah, which is why I'm doing low carb and not no carb. And I'm going to try
That's what it is, though.
But I'm going to try to get carbs from...
You literally can't eat no carbs.
Yeah, I know. And I haven't been trying to do that at all.
No, I know, but there's no version of it where there's no carbs.
Right.
You can't eat no carbs.
That's where people were having the dangerous Atkins diets, is they were cutting carbs 100%.
Right.
It was primarily meat and some leafy vegetables, and that was it.
Yep.
But then you'd see people drop all this
Just
weight
eat
really
healthy.
fast. Yeah. Cut out, don't eat bags of chips all night.
Yeah. I'm down to 1,700 calories a day for 2 weeks.
Nice.
It feels nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, now on to the real episode. Who's ready?
Ready.
How familiar are you with the Yu-Gi-Oh universe?
Oh, God, I know nothing.
A little bit.
A little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have an advantage. This is a little game called Is It a Yu-Gi-Oh character or a porn star?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Ready?
Wait. What brought this up?
I heard something similar on another podcast. I
Okay.
thought it was funny. First up. Let's see. No, let's start with this one. Alexis Rhodes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pornstar?
I know the
Try to
answer.
think out loud.
Oh, I know the answer. I'm waiting to hear his.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's looking at you. Just say the answer.
Oh,
I don't
Yu-Gi-Oh.
know shit from shit.
Okay.
I would have said Pornstar.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It'll be a really hard version of this game. Wrestlers.
Oh, it's true.
Or Pornstars?
Yeah.
What's a-
AJ Styles.
Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
Oh, sure. Lana Rhodes.
Pornstar?
Pornstar.
Pornstar. Gong Strong.
I would say Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm going with Pornstar.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
What? One thing I do know about the Yu-Gi-Oh universe is you're using the dubbed names
Sure.
because some of the main characters have completely different names in Japan.
Okay.
But just like every anime under the sun, they do that.
Tori Meadows.
That sounds like a porn star too.
Pornstar.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wow.
Let's see. Madison Ivy.
That's got to be a porn star.
Porn star.
Pornstar. Preston Parker.
I'm gonna go with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pornstar.
Really? Oh my god.
Joey Wheeler.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Joey Boombots. Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm just gonna mirror Wes on that one.
Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Axel Brody.
I think that's a porn star.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is it? Wow.
Xander Corvus.
Porn star.
Pornstar.
Pornstar. I thought that would be more tricky. Chaz Princeton.
Ooh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I'll say Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! T. Gardner.
Like just the initial T?
T-E-A.
So
Oh.
it's Yu-Gi-Oh, and you're mispronouncing it.
It's T.
It's
Taya.
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 I don't drink Taya. I drink tea.
It's Taya.
Okay, it's tea. Maya Valentine.
That's a porn star. I'm pretty sure it's a
Yu-Gi-Oh.
porn. Is it really?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Really?
Again, mispronouncing it. It's My.
Oh my god. My Valentine? Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Whatever.
Kid show, remember?
Oh.
Stupid names.
Dun, 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 dun. Danny Daniels.
Pornstar.
How's Danny spelled?
D-A-N-I.
Porn star.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question because if it was NNY, it probably would have been.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
I think that's all of them.
That's so funny.
Oh, no. Catherine.
Catherine.
Pornstar.
Catherine? I'll say Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, damn.
Seems very PG.
Mia Malkova.
Pornstar.
Porn star.
A little too easy there, boys. Alexis Texas.
That's a porn star.
I'm going with him. On
That's a porn star.
Now he doesn't want to claim the porn stars.
No, he's just so adamant about it.
I've heard that name before, though.
Alexis Texas, yeah, she's huge.
Yeah. Huge tits, too.
Sure. I think that's all of them. August Ames.
That probably could be
Porn
a Yu-Gi-Oh.
star.
I'm going to go Yu-Gi-Oh.
Porn star.
Damn.
That was fun.
That's so weird, though.
Got you on a couple of them.
Can you do that with any other like universe like that, like Magic or? Because some of them are kind of, even in the Blizzard universe, like Storm Rage. That could be a stripper name.
No,
Coming
the
to the
stripper name,
stage.
though, but there's no list of stripper names. Nope, that's it. Did you hear
Wes.
about the lady comedian upsetting all the people?
Oh, the one at the correspondence dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched the Daily Show report on it because she used to work on the Daily Show.
Yep.
And he brings up all of the clips of our president insulting people for their looks.
Yeah,
Yep.
right?
And what does he say?
And
It's not okay for a comedian to make fun of the president that way, but the president can make fun of people that way.
Sure.
Not really, but
Yeah.
He's such a fucking ugh. And he's too much of a pussy to even go to the dinner. Obama used to go there and own that shit.
this is what, his second year missing it?
Yeah,
And he's now
he didn't
calling for
even-
an end to it.
Yeah, right.
After this.
Like they'll really. How about we end his
Do we
presidency?
really want him to be the one to change things like that?
Well, if what's going down in the world happens, he will be the president who sat in office and helped bring peace to North and South Korea.
He didn't do shit.
It doesn't matter.
He did absolutely nothing. Dennis Rodman did more than he did.
Again, it doesn't matter. If history books will say during the Trump presidency, there was peace between North and South Korea.
The South Korean leader did all the fucking heavy lifting. And I still don't trust that shit. Just gonna pin drop that there.
History books. I don't trust it. I don't trust history books at all. Just saying. It was funny, like all the outlash after that of like, she was so offensive and she was so this, and then there's like a picture of people at Trump rallies that say like Trump 2016, fuck your feelings.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, come on, guys. Pick a side and stick to it.
Yep.
That's all I really want, like out of most things in life, is like consistency. Is like if you're going to do something, like if you're going to say something, if you're going to stand on something, like just be there, like Seahawk fans.
Oh God. Ugh. Terrible.
Well, we have more important things to discuss on the other shows.
Well, other show.
What? We have two shows.
We do, but there's only important stuff to talk on one of the shows.
Did you beat God of War?
I didn't get to play any.
Oh, yeah, because you're on vacation.
I was.
That's sad. Because we're
probably
probably
gonna
done with it, and we're going to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pornstar. If you like what you saw, head on over to YouTube and Twitter and Piece of Schmidt stuff and Derailed stuff and like us and subscribe to us. Support the show on patreon.com. And until next time, we'll see you next time.